Good evening, folks, and welcome to another WarCry battle report. We're doing the third part slash mini finale of the mini gauntlet that the Scions of the Flame are being put through. In the last two reports, just as a little recap and spoiler alert, they were able to play keep away from the ogres, and they were able to hunt down and slay the leader of the cities of Sigmar. So let's see how well they can fare against the unending hordes of the undead. As before, we have been randomizing all the effects. I'll go into the groups in a second after I show off the board. As you see here, another randomly drawn card by my wife. I have to say, once again, a relatively balanced playing field. Just no big chunks or weird sections and such. So let's see the actual flow out. So yep, we got essentially a big box in the middle with a little bit of room on the edges of the field. So we'll see what the deployment type ends up being. Now, for the separation this time, I'm doing the dagger is going to be the Blazing Lord and the Brazen Champion. The shield as the two Fireborns and the two Initiates, and the hammer as the Inferno Priest and Immolator. The only reason I'm doing this is just because in my last game I said I always put the leaders in the shield, and I decided to say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick them over into the dagger just to mix it up. Otherwise I just kind of grouped up the weaker elements of the team and put the two close range fire crazed side together and the two heavy hitters together, which is probably a bad idea, especially if they end up being like stuck in a corner all game, then I lose the big punch, but it's all in good fun. And in this corner, as I showed earlier, again, I chose to put the character not in the shield, so I did 4 spear skeletons in the dagger, all 6 sword skeletons in the shield, kept them all together just to be lazy and easy. And then I put the remaining 3 spearmen along with the skeleton champion and the necromancer in the hammer. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and see what the deployment type is going to be for today. Ooh, what do you call it? An asymmetrical battle port. The decimation versus where the red's kind of tucked in the corners and the dagger is off in the edge, the blue's in the middle. We're going to roll off for that one. And whoever rolls higher is going to be the red person, which actually is kind of funny because, like I said earlier, the dagger is in round 2, so I think this time the Scions actually want to be in the blue so that their dagger is right up in the front and able to do a lot of damage. So let's see where we get going. Okay, so the green dice are for the Legions of the Gash. They will be the red formation this time, and the Scions will be the blue. So I think probably a good thing for the Scions, but we'll see. I mean, there's still plenty of opportunity here. Boop, 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 boop. Here's my hand. The victory type shall be Vanquish. I'm going to set it down. A player wins the battle as soon as every fighter in their opponent's hammer is taken down. At the end of the 4th battle round and each subsequent battle round, any hammer fighters within 4 inches of the battlefield immediately count as being taken down. Well, that's kind of interesting, because the hammer here is the Inferno Priest and the Immolator, and the hammer here is the heavy punch of the Legions. So it looks like it's a wizard battle for this particular fluff scenario. The priest is trying to shut down the death magic, and the necromancer is continually fueling the necromancy of necromancer-ness. You get the idea. Okay. Now the twist. No magic. Just kidding. Ooh. Eager for the fight. Add 1 to the move characteristics of all fighters in this battle. That's pretty good, because all the skeletons are normally 3-inch move, so they barely move. But now with 4-inch, they can shamble pretty ambly. Whereas these guys are all flat 4, so now they're all flat 5. which means they're flying around like the Corvus. So they are just running and raring to go. I definitely feel like I like this layout. So I'm going to go ahead and get the teams laid up, and then once they're set up, we'll start rolling dice for the first battle round. So here we go. Okay, so here is the layout for the battlefield. We've got the blue dagger as far forward as they can get, ready to go face off against the hammer and try to chop. The shield kind of stuck behind. This is the one with the open doorway, however. So they're going to try and sneak their way through and hurry up and get over to the big punch. The red dagger are stuck in the corner till the next round, so they're basically probably not going to even be in the game. We'll see how that goes. Whereas the blue hammer is sitting off the board, so they don't even get to, they don't have to be worried about being attacked in the first round. However, this mob of skelly boys are running over this way, seeing if they can do what they need to do. So we'll see how this goes. In the interim, it is time to grab the dice. And we'll be right back in just a second. There we go. Okay. And Scions got an, oh my goodness, they got a quad, which is hilarious because the only one that can use a quad isn't even in the battle yet. Of course, that's a quad 6. That would have just been awesome. That's okay. Green. The Who doubles and 2 singles. And unfortunately, they are the lowest doubles you can get. Okay. Now to grab the wild dice, we're going to do blue and red with the yellow and green. They have initiative, and they're going to save their wild dice, so we're just going to put that back up there with a little note. And they're going to save theirs too, because they don't really have anything that needs that deliciously beautiful quad. Oh, that's so sad. But we'll see how this goes. So, alright, with that being said, fixing that for OCD reasons. Perfect. The Legions of the Gash get to activate first. Now, let's see what we are going to do to begin with. I think we're going to play the cheeky game with these guys because they have a lot more bodies and they can take advantage of that situation without dropping my light everywhere. I'm going to take one of these skelly swords and I'm going to use a weight, so that will make it the Scion's turn. Now, let me get my tape measure. So they have +1 movement. So they are at 5 inches. And let's see how close they are. That's scary, because they are actually exactly 10 inches apart. So here is what the Blazing Lord's going to do. He's going to activate first. He's going to move 5 inches towards them. And it's just going to fall just a hair shy because of how the tape measure was fitting there. And then I'm going to activate my quad to do a rampage. And what that does is it gives him a bonus move and a bonus attack action. But what that will also mean is that puts him right within killing distance, especially because he has a 2-inch sword. Well, a 2-inch sword attack. Oh, that sword is pretty large. Let's take a look. He can actually sort of reach the skeleton champion. So with his bonus attack, this isn't even his regular attack, his bonus attack, he's going to be rolling 4 dice. As soon as I find 4 dice, I should probably get a little tripod for my phone. Be fancy. Alright, he is Strength 5 with 4 attacks. The skeleton champion is toughness 4 with 12 wounds. First attack, that is 4 damage to him. Now, that was his bonus action. He still has his second action to do, and he will go ahead and do a regular attack sequence. So he'll do another batch of attacks against the same skeleton champion. Looking for 3s or better. Double 6s is 12 damage alone. So, the champion is removed. And stuck over here. And this is where you stick that Ralph Wiggum meme of, haha, I'm in danger. Okay, so, however, with that being done, the skeleton closest to him, I'm going to activate that one. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 dice, a double, to do an onslaught. So with the spears, they have 2 attacks normally, so I have 3 attacks at strength 3, and he is toughness 4, but he has crits on 6s, so I don't think there's no way I could kill him in the first volley, even with 3 attacks, so I'm going to actually roll all 6 dice as soon as I find my 6 dice over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where did the other one go? Whatever, we have a 6 die. So this is a double attack going on right now with the bonus roll. Looking for 5s and 6s. Oh, we got 1 6, so that's 4 damage to the Blazing Lord. Go ahead and do a 3 and a 1. Alright, the next activation will be just we'll just do a regular old double move. Again, he'll be moving 5 inches because of the basically roughly about there, so he won't be within attacking range, but he will be quickly engaging the hammer. So, alright. Next skeleton will be this spearman, and I'm fairly certain he is clearly within 2 inches, because obviously if that guy could reach across to the back, it would work. I will activate the next double and do the exact same thing again to the Blazing Lord. They have too many blazing, brazen, blazing, bruising. There's too many names there. Okay, looking for 5s and 6s. Ooh, 1, 2, plus 8. That's 10 damage to the Blazing Lord, which took him from 20 full down to 6 hit points left. So, I actually might be able to take him out in this first round. We'll see how it goes. Next, these guys in the back. We'll do the Fireborn in front with the who's it call it? Just that one. I'm going to go ahead and use up my double now to give him rush, so he gets +1 move. So he has a 12-inch movement now. So that is wiggly. 2 inches roughly to the door. 10 inches to roughly about there. So let's see if I can pull this off. I'll just quickly do a remeasure from the door. 10 inches. Yeah, it's close enough. Close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades. So that will be his move. The next attack sequence will be this skeleton spear will have to shuffle just to get within range, and he'll only have 2 attacks because of having to use the movement and not having any more doubles to expend. So we'll pull these aside, and 2 attacks, looking for 5s and 6s. 2 6s would drop him right now. Ooh, another 5 puts him up to another wound. And that was that third skeleton's activation. You know, I probably could use the little red X's, but honestly, I am pretty good at keeping track of skeletons. I've been doing it for quite a while with these guys, so that's okay. Alright. Next move. We're going to go ahead and just do 10-inch move from here to here. So it's, you know, technically 2 inches behind this guy. And I'll give him about a little half-inch further. Roughly around about there, because we weren't exactly accurate, but that's essentially a double move there. All right. So let's see which one we want to use now. So the Blazing Lord only has a toughness of 4, but I can actually use the laser blast from a distance to try and take him out, but it'll be a little bit weaker. So because the Necromancer has 2 different attacks, either 3-inch long super blaster, but I'd only have 5s or 6s to hit, but I have 4 dice, or I could use the 3. So I think we'll just do a double laser shot. So we'll start with the first roll. I'll roll them separately because if I roll a 6, I actually will take down the Blazing Lord. So Necromancer after the Blazing Lord. There it is. Blazing Lord gets put down. Now, with that being said, the Necromancer will have a second attack. He'll go after the Brazen Champion now, looking also for 5s and 6s. A 5, so we're going to just move this 3 over here. So he has 15 wounds remaining. Next move action. Let's see here. Yeah. 3 inches, 3 inches roughly to the door. So let's do a 7-inch from the door. That's basically right in line with the Fireborn, so we'll just put her right about there. Next move is going to be a 4-inch shuffle from the skeletons. I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy over. He can get within an inch of the Brazen Champion, just to because they got pounced on pretty quick with that fast movement and all that. So he's going to attack with 3 dice, hitting on 5s or 6s. 6s doing 3 damage. No damage. However, the Brazen Champion is now engaged and trapped over there. So last movement here, we're going to go ahead and do this guy. We're going to have him come to the 6-inch mark. And then go, well, essentially 4 inches up that way. So right next to that crack, right about there. So they are running straight for the goal. Now, the funny trick is I have to defend, but I also need to have the skeletons go after these guys. The Scions are done with movement, so the rest of these guys are just going to do their 8-inch shuffle. So we're just going to go ahead and okay, they can just get right over there. We have to be careful because we need to make sure that we can cover our bases, because they actually get to start anywhere along the line. So they could split off and hide that way if I go all this way, but if I send some this way, I kind of basically have to divide and conquer. So what I'll do is I'll bring 3 over here. So this one's going to go the 8. And this one, these 2 are going to go essentially the 9 to create sort of a force the hand sort of situation. This one gets his second activation to go 4 inches. So it's hand in the way, roughly about here. Oop, do not want to knock the Blazing Lord off the table. And then another 8 inches for this one. So he will go essentially around here. Yes, as much as I would like to send everyone after the pack here, their goal is to take out these guys. So with that being said, that's the end of the first battle round. So with that, we're going to go ahead and bring people on the table. Those guys are probably, I mean, they do have another plus 1 inch movement, so 8 inches they can actually scurry across the table a lot faster than, usual. So really the important one is, which way do these guys want to go? Well, I think we need to go 3 inches in so they can just sit right inside of there. We'll do one here. And we'll do her. Well, I think, when they say priest, but maybe it's a priestess. I'm not sure. But the other thing I need to keep in mind is that they have to get in from the center by the 4th battle round, which, you know, I don't know if this will even take that long. It'll take longer for me to explain, but actually, I can technically start them 3 inches. She could technically start up there. I kind of feel like that's a bit cheeky. I don't know if it's necessarily in the intention of the rules, so what I'll do is start them on the ground floor with the intention to climb up on the first activation if possible. So, okay, so, let's get these guys in here. Ouch. Spears are pokey. Of course, I can't complain. I don't own any Corrin models. Alright, and they're over here, ready to run around the ruins and try and flank attack over here. So, well, we had one go down on each side. The Lord went down here, which was actually kind of a big deal because he could do a ton of damage. Brazen Champion started to get pecked at, but they lost their champion, which is one of the 5 members of the Hammer. So we got 3 spears left and the Necromancer, and then those guys are fresh and ready to foray. So I'm going to pause, and we'll go ahead and start round 2. Alright, round 2, here we go. 2 doubles, 2 singles. Watch, I'm not going to roll any more quads now that the Inferno Priest is on the table. Of course, at least I won't roll any quads for Scions. We'll see what the undead do here. Alright, a double and 4 singles. Exciting. So, once again, the legions get first dips. Let's see here. We got 2 dice each round now. So, we'll make a double 5, and then just realized this whole time I didn't pull out the undead cards. Come on, let's make crinkly noises on camera. That's all cheap with the crinkly noises. So, here we go. Hello, card. Triples. Summon undead. Necrotic Siphon. We'll save the other wild dice for him. As for the 2 wild dice for these guys, I will definitely make a 555. And we will... Can't really steal the... we could use the other wild dice to try and steal initiative, but then it becomes a roll-off. And I'm not too big fan of those, so I'll save the other wild dice for now, giving the Legions of the Gash the first turn. I'm going to move these over here for my own referencing point. So, first activation by the Legions. Let's see. And let's have the little, well, the swordsman's not important because he's not in the hammer and he's going to get attacked. So I'm going to pick one of these skeletons over here. I'll check the fort range. Okay, so the furthest away one. No, we'll do the closest one here. This pink one will activate against the Brazen Champion first. I'll also go ahead and use a double to do the onslaught for bonus attacks. So we're going to take the 3s. Now he has 15 hit points. There's no way I can kill him in one flurry. So I'm going to take these, looking for 5s and 6s. Oh boy. Triple 6s. That's 12 damage. And he has 3 taken, so he has 3 hit points left. Actually, it's funny. I can literally just move the hit points over from the Blazing Lord. to the Brazen Champion. So, okay, that was one hell of a punch. Pardon my French on camera. So with that being said, the Brazen Champion is going to definitely fight back. Let's see, does he even want to use his abilities? So I think we'll actually go ahead and use this double now to give him the onslaught, because he'll have 4 attacks at strength 5 versus toughness 4, so he'll be winning on 3. So he's going to target the far skeleton with his first attack. Actually, no, we'll attack the green tinted one, because that one is within 2 inches, and we'll see if we can chop down some skeletons. We'll just grab these. So we're looking for 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. At least a 6 and a 3 will take one down. 3, 4, 5, that is 9 damage, because he does 3 a pop. And these guys only have 8 wounds. So there goes the green one. And now with his second attack, oh dear, he's going to go ahead and go after that blue spirit skeleton. 6, 8, or 6, 9, 12. Uh-oh. They're down to one dude left. Okay. The skeleton spirit swordsman now is going to go ahead and attack. We're going to just roll all 4 of his dice. Actually, he has 3 runes. I'll roll him 3 at a time because he has 3 attack space. So if I get... oh, let's be official. We'll use the green dice because it's the green player. Alright, looking for 5s or 6s. A single 6 will take down the champion. Nope. Second attack. Oh, okay. Double 6. The Brazen Champion is slain. So, not bad though. 2 models for 3. All 3 of which are in the hammer that are the prime targets. So, the next attack, let's see here. He is actually exactly 6 inches away, so he's going to just long bomb just 5 to being 1 inch away. So I'll scooch him in just a little bit, but not that much. He is literally just enough that he can make 1 attack against the skeleton shambling dudes. So we've got 4 attacks at strength 4. Looking for 4s. We're going to switch out for the green dice. Looking for 4s, and double 6s will take him down. Nothing. Okay. So that spearman gets to live to see the day, another day. So, all right. So the next attacks, we're going to go ahead and, since I don't think any of the other guys have enough reach to get over to the necromancer, we're going to go ahead and do his 4 inches. Really, it's going to be 3, but he'll be within 1 inch of engaging the immolator. And we're going to roll 3 dice and try to get some chops in here. Looking for 5s and 6s. 1, 5. That is 1 pip of damage to the immolator. 14 left to go. What a long fight for them. Alright. The Inferno Priest will go ahead and go up. Do their move action to go 3 inches up to here. And then, let's see, the range of her attacks is 5 inches. So we'll see what's within range. Technically either one of those two. So the Inferno Priest is going to try and burn the closer one. They have 2 attacks at strength 3, so 2 is looking for 5s. So 5s and 6s. Double 6 will end the skeleton. No damage. Okay, so next skeleton is going to go ahead and move here. And actually, I can't really. I guess I could technically double move him from where he was at. He could actually wrap around. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to drop my tape measure. I'm actually going to double move, bring him around, so he won't be able to attack this round, but we're going to box in the immolator. And I'm kind of waiting because I kind of want to use his triple. And I'm trying not to be cheeky, but we'll see how it goes. So, the next dude here is, as you guys get to listen to me, grab the tape measure off the floor with expert skill. So, he is within 3 inches of that one. I didn't really say it in the last report, but I kind of absentmindedly played him like the Morningstar dude, so I'm just doing it again. So he's going to swing at the skeleton with swords. So he has 3 attacks at strength 3, which is only wounding at 5. So, I mean, triple sixes would actually still drop the skeleton. Not 1-5, so 1 damage goes through onto skeleton swordsman number 1. Only reason he's number 1 is he's the first one to take damage. That is, I mean, just to say, for 3 inches, that's actually a surprisingly long reach in this game, just to put that out there, so. Okay. This guy's going to move his 4 inches, box in the immolator, and make his 3 attacks. 5s and 6s. 1-5. Another pip of damage for the immolator, who's going to have to throat punch his way out of this one. Boop. But I'm going to get to activate him. And I'm going to activate his triple, because that's just awesome, because it's the Inferno. Roll 1 dice for each enemy visible within 3 inches of the fighter, which are 3 skeletons. 4-5 does 1. On a 6, deals damage equal to the value of this ability, which is a 5. So, we're going to go ahead and roll 1 of each color. Red, blue, green. Blue takes 5 damage, so that guy there will now officially be skeleton swordsman number, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to make him number 5. Okay, now he gets to punch. So his first attack is going to be against that wounded one. He has 4 attacks at strength 4. So we'll take the green dice out and put the red dice in. Looking for 4s or better. And 2 4-ups, and that guy goes down. 1 4-up, so that guy has 1 wound left. He'll go ahead and use his next attack just to finish him off. Yep, he's finished off, so this skeleton has been punched. Which I appreciate that the guy literally just walks around completely on fire, punching people. Alright, take that one out there. And, okay, so the next skeletons to activate are going to be, I'm going to activate this swordsman. So he's going to go through, actually I'm going to do it like this, so 1, 4, and then his second move is going to be basically up here to be within striking range of the priest. See if we can hunt him down. The next movement, we're going to just shuffle this back, and 10 inches, put that one right there. My goodness, they are so bloody fast in this version with that extra inch move. 1, 4, you can get them up to here, and then 3 essentially to the edge of the platform right there for his double move. Then he is going to go like that and scooch the banner around, so he's basically going to hop right over here. Now the Necromancer gets to fight because I still have to shuffle all those guys, but the Necromancer will go next. And let's see, he is 2 inches away from the Fireborn right next to him. So he can use his slightly more powerful club, which does slightly less damage. But actually, he has to use it because he owns a 3-inch reach, so I can either nuke the initiate or I can try to club the fireborn. I think I'll try to nuke the initiate. The reason being is, without realizing it, I got into engage range of this spearman, so that guy's trapped. He can't go after the necromancer. So, alright, let's do some nuking. The guy's only got 10 wounds, so there is a chance that he can kill him with one shot. So we're going to do 2 attacks at strength 3 versus toughness 3. So we're looking for 4s and 5s and 6s. Oops. Let's use the green dice. So, oh boy, that's 9 damage. So actually not enough to quite kill him, but we're going to zap that one again. Another 5. So that initiate gets taken off the board. So, and we were killing a lot of guys over here, but they're not the right guys. The right guys are down over here. Everyone else has moved, so now we're going to do the ticking time bomb over here, because essentially these guys are going to out-tempo them really quick if they don't deal with them in time. So we're just going to go 8, 8, and 4, 8, 8. Hope you appreciate my highly technical measurements. If it bothers you, my apologies. I'm just going to move forward and such. So I believe that's it for all the for the second battle round. So we're heading into the third battle round here now, but the important thing to note here is that the necromancer only has one guy left besides himself in his shield, and then they're down, whereas these guys have taken a total of 2 wounds, between 30 wounds total. So I mean, this round should be a good chance, but the other thing too is that they have to move up from the edge of the board, or in the next battle round they're gonna get wiped out immediately. So they better start shuffling as well. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pause, get ready for round 3. All right, round 3, a triple, ooh, and 3 singles. Too bad it's kind of a weak triple. Would have been more fun because I could have tried to make the Inferno, but we'll see. Anyways, and 2 doubles, 2 singles. And so with that, the Scions get to pick first. They each have 2 wild dice. We're gonna go ahead and, just for the fun of it, we're going to go ahead and go for the quad. We're just going to... I've been waiting this entire thing to go ahead and do this quad ability. We're going to take the 5, make it a triple, and then we will... Yeah, we'll save our dice for the last round, so we'll have 2 wild dice to use in the 4th round, which technically there are no ending rounds. It just goes until one side's completely slain, but we'll see how well it goes. However, there's currently a tie between the 2, so we'll roll to see who gets to go first. Alright, Scions go first, which is probably really good for them, just because they can swing and punch and kill and stuff. So the Fireborn over here is going to attack that Spearman first. The Fireborn has 4 attacks at strength 3, but we're looking for 6s because with that, does 5 damage. So double 6s will take down that fighter. Well, that's a 4 and a 6 because they're matching strength and toughness, so that is 7 damage. So that Spearman's on 1 wound left. Let's kill him. We kill him. So, crunch time here. The Necromancer's the last of his hammer. And he is going to need some help. So, Necromancer's going to activate. He's going to use his triple, the 1 triple we have here, to summon undead. Pick a friendly fighter that has been taken down. Set up that fighter once more on the battlefield, only within 3 inches of this fighter. Set up on the battlefield. no longer counts as being taken down, and remove a number of damage points allocated to the fighter equal to the value of the ability, so 5 damage off. Basically, it starts with that many hit points, so the champion shall come back in, and probably in a foolish manner, will start right here, and he will have 5 hit points remaining, so I'm just going to quickly get my little marker doodles. So he's at 5, 6, 7 damage. However, that puts him back in play, so that kind of keeps them moving for a little bit longer. The Necromancer is now going to go ahead and do some nuking. So because that one's already fought, he's going to try and nuke that Fireborn. So wish him luck. I'll pull these dice out and gets 2 shots and on toughness 4, so 5s and 6s, but really double 6s would be what he wants right now. Nope. Next shot. 1 6. So that's 6 damage to the 10 wound fighter. So that will put him on 4 wounds remaining. Not quite enough, however, which is rather unfortunate. We have double. So what I'm going to actually do now, and it's probably going to be a bad idea, is we're going to use our double 6, and we're going to go ahead and swing at that fighter, but we're going to use this to activate for the onslaught so that my Morningstar gets extra attack each. So he'll have 4 attacks swinging into there. So I will roll these separate because if he rolls a lot of 6s, he could drop the fighter in 1 shot. So first attack. That is only 3 damage because it's strength 3 to toughness 4. And that puts him at half wound, so he needs second attack. Double 6s or another 5, so he only takes 4 damage in total. Which will, I'll basically take his marker and make it so he's 5, so he's at 3 hit points remaining. With that being said, I'm going to actually now have that swordsman attack that Fireborn with the hopes of taking him down. I will save the double. I'll save it for one of the guys who can go after one of the hammers, because that's going to be important too. And so that fighter's got 3 attacks each. And he has the potential of one-shotting him again, so I'm not going to roll all 3 in one. So first attack, double 6s will drop him. Nope, that will definitely not drop him. Looking for 5s and 6s. Oh, that is exactly 4 damage. Because it's a 3 and a 1, that will actually be just enough for that Fireborn to be taken down. Oh man, they've now lost half their warband, and they're actually starting to lose steam pretty quick. We're going to go ahead, and the Inferno Priest is going to activate her quad, because that's going to be fun. So I get to roll 6 dice, and 2 through 5, it does 1 damage. On a 6, it does half the value of the ability rounding up, so it's only 1 damage, but 6s get to continue, so it's kind of a waste. If it was a quad 6, it would be 3 damage on a 6, so that would be pretty awesome. But nevertheless, we're rolling it. We're going to be targeting the skeleton behind him, because if it one-shots him, then he can still club thump the one in front. So, okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And the 6 I get to roll again. Yay, 4 damage. That was really exciting. Good use of a quad. Good game, LOL. That is now skeleton number 2. So, but that's just an ability, so she still can swing with her regular attacks. So, we're going to do the club stick. That's going to be 3 attacks at strength 4, and double 6s would drop a skeleton. So, first attack. That's the skeleton closer because it's the one in reach. 6, 5, 4. And that actually I think would be just enough to do it. Let me look at the profile. 2s and 4s. Yep, that's exactly 8 damage. So, skeleton number 3 is dropped. And for the next move, we gotta get them moving along. So 3 down and an inch over. So she's just gonna up here. And that'll be that one's activation. Alright. First skeleton, I'm gonna use the double now for the skeleton and back to attack. And we're gonna do, I'm just gonna roll all 8 dice because I don't think that even with 4 dice he can take out the dude in one shot. So alright, so double attack. Looking for 5s and 6s. Oh, that's a lot of dice. In fact, that was so many dice, there's 2 extra dice in there entirely, so I'm gonna re-roll that. Oh, good math skills, Nathan. Alright, because they have 3 attacks each, so plus 1 to 3 is 4, times 2 is 8. Let's re-roll that. Alright, double 6s, that's 6 damage to the immolator. And 5. We'll flip this over so it's up to 8. Don't throw it on the ground. What are you thinking? So that was the back one. Now this immolator is going to go ahead and punch the skeleton in front of him. He has 4 attacks at strength 4. So we'll roll that. Get all these other extra dice out of the way. We are looking for 4s, 5s, and 6s. Double 6s is an instant down. Double 6s is an instant down. So that guy's off the table. Skeleton number 4. And then we're going to go ahead and punch the one behind him. Double 6s is an instant down. Goodness gravy. Well, the attack squad tried and more or less failed. That 5 damage on a 6 is just blinking brutal. That's wonderful. Okay, I think everyone else is activated because the last remaining fireborn was killed. So now we have the time clock coming in. So 8, we'll put him in range. Actually, 4 and 8. Basically what's going to happen now is these guys are going to double move onto him, and these guys are going to double move onto him. So, yeah, that's, yep, they, I think, are losing their speed, and I'm just going to keep dropping that tape measure on the floor because I'm amazing like that. This is the end of battle round 3. We're going to go ahead and head into a battle round 4. This is the important one where the hammers need to start staying towards the middle of the table, so both of these guys are going to have to at least move. So I'm going to pause the camera, get the dice cleaned up, and we're going to get rolling into round 4. Alright, Scions are starting to run out of steam. Let's see if they can come back with a triple, a double, and a single. And Legions in the Gasher hanging in there with a double, double, single, single. Alright, well, Legions only has 1 dice at the moment, so we're going to do a 555 for a very obvious reason here coming shortly. And then we're going to do you know what? We're going to attempt it. We're going to make a quad, and 2 singles, so there'll be a roll off. And this will be very important for the Scions. We'll see if this power play plays off. Oh, I should probably roll a red die, not a green die. Alright, who goes first? Red goes first. Oh, the Scions are sneaking in there. We'll see if they can pull off this power play here shortly. So, this guy's going to go first. I'm going to go ahead and use the quad for the rampage, where they get a bonus attack and then a bonus move, or I believe it specifically says you must, yep, they must make a bonus move and then a bonus attack, so they can't move. So what we're going to do then is instead they can, I think they can kind of shuffle around. I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to be a little cheeky. You guys can punish me for this later or say, hey, you can't do that. He is not disengaging from the one he's with, but he can move with a bonus move, so he's now within 1 inch of the necromancer. He's now going to use his bonus attack to go after that skeleton champion. So that is 4 dice. I'm just going to go like that, and we're looking for 1/6 right here. Just there we go. Champion goes down yet again, and now they have 2 full free attacks to go after the necromancer, who is also toughness 4. He has 25 wounds, but for the theatrics of it, I'm going to go ahead and roll double 8, all 8 dice. We're looking for 5s and 6s, but really we're just looking for 6s. We roll 5 6s out of 8 dice, which is really unlikely. Necromancer's down. Game over. Oof. That's 2, 4, 6, 11 damage to the necromancer. That's almost half his wounds in one shot. 10 and 1. Well, I think that was the big scary power play. See if it would work. However, necromancer's turn. And actually it's a triple to bring this guy back with 5 wounds remaining. I think that right there is what's going to possibly give the victory for the Legion. So anyways, he now gets his 2 basic attacks with his swinging club. He's got 3 attacks at strength 4. We're going to scoop all these dice out. And so the first attack, looking for 4s, 5s, and 6s. A 6, so that's 4 damage. And then the second attack, that is 5, 6, 7 damage to this Fireborn, who has only 10 hit points left. However, they've already activated, or they have 3 hit points left. They have 10 in total, so they only have 3 wounds left remaining. And the champion's still available, so. Alright, this guy is going to try and be cheeky. Let's see if he can do it. So we gotta do some quick measurements. He can actually go right here and still be right within 3 inches, whereas being outside of an inch, he kind of has to just, actually there is an inch gap right there. He's 3 inches, and I roll a triple, a double, and a single. This is what happens when you grab all your dice. And I'm going to use the double to go ahead and give him 1 extra attack to see if he can take down the champion. So 4 attacks, needing 5s and 6s, needing at least 2 6s here. 5 and a 6, that is 4 damage. That's just not quite enough, so that champion dude has 1 hit point remaining. And gotta flip my little doohickeys over. So he's going to go ahead and attack now into that. So this guy's going to attack into the Fireborn. Looking for 4 attacks. Because he has 4 attacks at strength 3. So he's basically a skeleton swordsman with an extra attack. So no wounds here because this is toughness 4. He's strength 3. Oh, double 6s, yep. Fireborn is now chopped down. There's only 1 initiate and the hammer left against a big mob of skeletons still. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to activate my triple to actually use Rush to give the Inferno Priest a chance to move up, because she's got to get at least 4 inches up off the edge. So he's got a 6-inch move, so basically go up there, and they are clear by 4 inches. And we're going to try and do a nuke shot from her fire staff breathing spell thingy into him. So 2 attacks, being 5s or 6s. Okay, that's like the 4th time I've dropped a red die. It's only the red dice too. 6. That is 4 damage to the one that's already taken 4 damage from the previous spell. So he is down. Pretty much the entire strike squad was eliminated by these 2 guys. So good for them. Let's see. So the Necromancer activated. I do not believe the Swordsman here activated. Actually, no, the Swordsman here did attack because. Oh, you know, and this is where you guys get to make fun of me that you didn't keep track of who's activated yet. I can check into it later, but either way, this Spearman's going to poke the back of that Initiate, and I believe I've already used up all of my combo dice that I had before. Because I think, oh no, I had a double, so I'll save it. I had 1 double left. I'm going to go ahead and do my 4 pokes, because I can't kill him in 1 shot, so just double attack. And that is 1/5 for 1 damage against the remaining Initiate, who has 9 hit points remaining. This dude is going to go ahead and just do a 10-inch move up to here. We're basically just going to go like so. Because they've only got a few guys left. They've got to do something. And he is going to go like so. And take 2 pokes. 1 more damage to the Initiate. We'll borrow that from the Dead Fireborn. And actually that's all the rest of the activations. So where do these guys go? Alright, this skeleton is going to double move to roughly here, being about 2 inches away, and that little guy right there, trying not to knock over train, is going to go roughly there. So that +1 movement for being eager for the fight, I think really helped the skeletons out, because they would still be like way back here. That being said, that's actually going to be the end of battle round 4. I can't remember if this guy fought or not, so I'm going to treat him as if he did, just to be fair to myself. But I'm playing with myself, so it doesn't really matter. It's all on me. So that being said, we're now heading into battle round 5. Battle round 5, and the longest WarCry battle report I've done so far. Here we go. A triple 2 again. Ugh, I want triple 6s. And 3 singles. And we got 2 doubles and 2 singles. So alright. Arrange these the way I've been doing it so far. So there's 1 dice for each of these guys now. Disregard the rest. We are going to go ahead and do, since they have that, they get to choose first. There's 3 fighters remaining. We're going to go ahead and make a quad, because we can. And this one is going to make a triple 4. So with that being said, these guys get to go first, and it's time for the Initiate to shine, for the very reason that I have a quad, which now becomes a rampage. So he gets to make a free bonus move, which will put him over here. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my triple attacks. I'm going to actually dump all of my attacks into the Necromancer, because if he goes down, I can't keep bringing other guys back. So he'll have 9 attacks that we're just going to do. 4, 8, and a single. And we're looking for 5s or 6s. And think unless I spike this roll, I don't think I can kill the Necromancer, but at least we're scaring him a bit. That's 7 damage. And he has 11 so far. So, 5 and 18 damage. He has 7 wounds remaining. So, good job, big guy. You did your best. However, now it's the Necromancer's turn. With his 444, we'll bring back one of his spearmen from his battalion right over here and give him 4 wounds remaining. So, with skeletons, you kind of end up with just bodies everywhere. They're just literally bodies everywhere. He's going to go ahead and swing. He's within 2 inches, so he'll actually use his staff. And he'll have 3 attacks at strength 4. So 3 is looking for 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. And that's 6 damage. He has 8, or he's taken 2, so he needs to survive 1 more. He survives. He actually has 1 hit point remaining. Very impressive, little one. Very impressive. So, alright. I had only the triple, so the Immolator has a 5-inch move. And he gets to go right up to here. And he's going to punch the champion so the champion can't try to kill the initiate. So he has 4 attacks at strength 4. Good lord, this guy really actually can fight pretty hard. He just can burn out pretty quick too. 4s, 5s, and 6s. That's 4 damage on the guy who only had 1 wound left. Blink. He gets to sit back here, waiting for the next triple. Okay, this skeleton spearman over here is going to, he's going to activate, he's going to go right here. He's actually going to engage, so the Inferno Priest is trapped. And he's going to stab with his 2 unique stab face. He stabs. Looking for 5s and 6s. Oh, that's 4 damage. And we've got 3, 4. She's got 11 left. And she's going to go ahead and activate next, because she's the last one to activate. So she's going to do her first attack, which is the club stick. 3 attacks. Double 6s. We'll drop the skeleton. 6, 5, 4. That's 8 damage. That is, again, the priest one-shotting another skeleton. Now they get, it gets to move. So we're going to go basically 3, 4, 5, because, I mean, and just outside of 2 inches was the intent there. So now so the rest of the skeletons are going to shuffle up and do their attacks now. So he's going to come in to engage, and he will poke with his 2 pokey pokes. 5 6s, double 5, so that's 2 more damage, putting them up to from a 3 to a 6. This skeleton is going to come over here and do 3 attacks against the one dude. No damage. He's only being strength 3. The other 2 guys are going to, actually, I'll have that one, the green one, attack the initiate in the back to see if he can kill him. He has 1 wound left. So first attack does a 1-5. Actually, he's 4 and 5, so that initiate will go down. Not bad, little guy. And then this skeleton will actually basically go, see you later, because he's in the hammer and he has to stay alive. And the other 2 guys are going to move up to here. 2 stabs, double 6s, that's 8 damage. that actually kills the Inferno, the Immolator. Oh dear. And then this one gets to do a double move and engage from there. Oh boy, there's one guy left. Round 6. It's taking forever. It's so late. I have to go to work tomorrow. There's 2 doubles and 2 singles for one guy. Now they do say in the rules, when you're down to 1 fighter remaining, you can use any number of abilities per round just to give them a chance. So, you know, got the 2 smallest doubles for this. That's great. And a double and 4 singles. So skeletons are definitely going first, no matter what. We will use their yellow for a yellow 6, and we'll use the blue for a triple, I guess. Actually, you know what? No, we'll make it a single, because they have a single, see if they can tie off. Red wins. So, red gets to use the 1 double to do. Well, the problem is that he's within range, so even there. Sorry, I'm looking off camera. We'll see if he can disengage to right there. He's still outside of 2 inches from the necromancer. So, unfortunately, I don't think there's much that he can do here with having 2 doubles. So, because the doubles either give him +1 attack or +1 movement. So, I'll go ahead and use the 1 double to activate for double attack, for +1 attacks. So the first attack is going to have 4 swings. And going after the spearman that's tying him up, that is going to be looking at, Okay. That one's dead. Once again, one-shotting a skeleton off the board entirely. And then using the other double to give him +1 movement. So, or are you within 2 inches of him? Technically, you are within 2 inches of him. So tell you what, we're just, instead of doing the other movement, we're just going to go ahead and club the other one, which has taken damage. It's actually taken 4 damage. And the last skeleton has gone down. A swordsman skeleton has gone down. Oh, he had 5 wounds taken, so I lost track. But either way, a 6 is 4 damage. So the Inferno Priest is now single-handedly one-shotted 4 skeletons this game. But the rest of the guys can now swarm in. So he comes in. Actually, he technically wants to come in and engage. 2 attacks. 3 and 1, because I rolled the blue dice. The next skeleton is 6 inches away, so it goes 4. A 6, that's 4 damage. And places that. And the necromancer is now going to fire nasty, gnarly bolts. Oh, you know, and I forgot to check. I mean, she was 5 inches away, so she couldn't even Inferno breath him. So he gets 4 attacks. Strength 3, looking for 5s and 6s. 2 5s, that's 6 damage. She only has 5 wounds left. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. But the Scions fell at the very last bit as the necromancer manages to hold fort. That was really close. That was also very carnage. Very much carnage, much wow. The Immolator really impressed me. I was not expecting him to do so much damage, and the priest was basically punching skeletons left or right. like nothing. And I think the only fall was not taking down the necromancer quickly enough because he kept bringing guys back to absorb attacks. And yeah, but the Scions put out a ton of damage. They definitely held their own. They almost got this, but it's just too many bodies and not being able to get to the key targets in time, and the Blazing Lord going down so quickly to all the spear attacks was kind of a bummer for his part. But I mean, he took down the champion in the first round, which forced the legions to have to use their triple over and over to keep them in. But the fact that they have the ability to keep doing that makes this particular scenario much more difficult, because they actually took down essentially like 3 extra fighters from that from that warband. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, I hope we enjoyed the gauntlet. The Scions managed to finally fall right at the end. Again, like I feel like with the other 2 missions, and I feel like with most of WarCry, it's the mission that can beat you more than the opponent or the dice. But all 3 have equal value, because, if I was playing this Vanquish against any of the other warbands, it would have been a very different story with the damage output. But the fact that the Necromancer can keep bringing people back is what really keeps them going. So I'm rambling. It is way past my bedtime. I hope you all had a good time, and we shall go ahead and get this set up for another WarCry report soon. In the meantime, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all so much for your support. Stay awesome, friends. Good night.